Hello, guys. Welcome back to Afro Rooted. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot happening in the AFCON recently. And before we start, man, we're going to introduce you to our new member, Agaazi. Agaazi, introduce yourself, man.
What's up, everyone? Thank you, Ghana. Yeah, what's up, guys? My name's Agaazi. Big fan of good friends and good colleagues with you and Ghana on and off the pitch, and you can tell them who's the big goal scorer around me. But
we'll see about that.
yeah, fellow MUFC fan like Ghana. But no, I'm looking to get started and work with you guys and bring some great insight. So yeah, thanks for having me on, boys.
Welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. So yeah, you guys want to tell them what we're gonna do today? The big thing, AFCON.
Yeah. Round of 16 is done now. At the time of recording, we're gonna be watching the quarterfinals over the weekend and see what happens. But just want to go over some of the teams and the games that have happened, and pick a couple players and teams to highlight and talk about candidly. So why don't we get started or get right into it with the first game of the round of 16, which was Burkina Faso versus Gabon. What do you guys think about that game?
Man, that game, personally, I feel like kicked off the round of 16 like super nice. Like I feel like it set the tone for, the knockout stages. It really showed the level. I feel like they really raised the bar with that game because I feel like it was a pretty even matchup. And both Burkina Faso and Gabon came with it. Like it could have gone either ways, I felt like, throughout the game. We know that, Gabon got the red card, which kind of set them back, but they were able to score a last-minute goal and still, take it to PKs. So I feel like big ups for Gabon for that. But, at the end of the day, in PKs, it could go anyways. And it's about having nerves of steel. And Burkina took it.
Yeah, I think that was one of I think there were 3 penalty shootouts in the round of 16. And that was probably the most intense one for me. Like, it was the longest one. And, I think it was a lot of back and forth with the sudden deaths and all of that. So I think that was really interesting. And also Gabon playing without Oba was another key factor as well, I think. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I just read a report that from Ornstein that both Barcelona and Juventus put in bids for him. But it seems, and I saw that this might have been a disciplinary thing that led to him not playing any more games for Gabon for AFCON. I'm not sure, 100% sure if that's correct.
I think you might be right.
Because initially they had said something about. Yeah, sorry. Initially they had said some stuff about him having heart problems, which sounded a bit serious. And he immediately went back to London, but it turns out he's all good. Nothing's wrong with his heart, so it's a bit shady going on.
Yeah. I think it was him and Lemina too. I don't know if I read something correctly.
Yeah.
But I guess they were, like you said, I feel like it was a disciplinary issue. Like they were having, I think he was in Dubai before even the cup started. That's how he caught COVID and stuff. So I don't know what's really going on with Oba and like what's going. You never know. Like at the end of the day, players are also people. And I feel like, they go through stuff that we necessarily might not know, like off the pitch. So I feel like it has a lot to do with off the pitch stuff that's going on with his life. So, we don't know like the details of it, but there's definitely something there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'd say for sure, like, one thing is Gabon played pretty well. And you probably imagine how much they could have played better in this tournament. And if they had beaten Burkina Faso, they'd be in the next round. But not to come down on Alba and Lemina, but it's like, you're preparing and how the COVID situation is and how easy it is to get it. Heck, there's situations where you've been working hard, training, going home, and that's it. But surely like a week or so, a few days before the tournament, or we're about to jet off to Cameroon, and then I don't know. It just seems like I don't want to call it unprofessional, but I'm saying maybe Mikel Arteta does have a point about Ava, where I did have some sympathy for him prior.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe there's some pattern. I don't know. I'm just being indirectly just pointing fingers, but it's just seeing how well they played, and maybe they could have gone to the next round.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's not something you would expect for sure from a more experienced professional. Like he's in his 30s. Like this man should be, on top of his stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel when we talk about Oba, it's like we give him like he's a key player. I feel like that's why we also like we're bringing him up so much. Yeah. But one thing as well that I feel like if you think about it in another way, it's like maybe Gabon wouldn't have played as like a collective with Oba, you know what I mean? Because I feel like Egypt is kind of having that problem where like, all eyes is on Mo Salah.
Yeah,
kind of, but I feel like that kind of takes away from the team spirit a little bit. Whenever you have a high profile player and not necessarily like everybody's on the same page, like it kind of takes away from that. I feel like whenever if there's no Oba, like everybody else is playing their parts, and it's like it's about the team now. It's not just about Oba taking Gabon there, but it's about Gabon actually making it through. Yeah. Whereas I mean, if you see Senegal, for example, they have Sadio Mane, but they have so many high profile players. Like they might not be as high as Mane, but like you have, you can name a lot of people. Like you have Mendy in goal. You have, Gana Gay, Koulibaly, like, Ismail Assar. Like you could just go on and on. So like Mane does not take away, I don't think, from the team as much as like Salah and Aubameyang would. So maybe like that served them. I don't know. That's
One more thing that I want to mention about this game, is Burkina Faso's goal. And the not just the goal, but the assist leading up to the goal was probably my assist of the season. And I think this is like a KDB quality assist with like the outside of the foot, like around the last man into Bertrand Traore, who takes it in his stride. And man, like that was probably
and the finish too from Bertrand Traore is kind of difficult.
For sure. Yeah, and not only that, he had also missed a penalty right before that, so pressure was on for sure. So I think that's one thing that I want to highlight. I want to highlight the player as well. His name is Dango Ouattara. He's a 19-year-old kid. Plays for
shout out Dango.
Yeah, shout out Dango. Plays in France for Lorient B, like the Lorient B team. He had COVID first 2 games, and then he played for a bit against Ethiopia actually for like 20 minutes.
Dope.
But yeah, shout out to him, man. Like that was a great ball, and I think that
so this is why the AFCON
consistently,
next game, if he comes through, you never know who's gonna pick him up next year, or like
sure.
He will definitely be on the radar after that, right?
Yeah,
I mean, at least you would assume like after that, it's worth taking note of.
Yeah,
such a high stage.
Yeah,
and then the round of 16s, where it's like
big stage.
Every game is like a final.
Yeah. It's a great ball. We'll see. Burkina Faso is playing next round against Tunisia, who just beat Nigeria.
Oh man!
Take us through the game, guys. One of the tournament
great
favorites.
Way to segue to the next game. Yeah.
Tournament favorites got knocked out. Terrible.
Yeah, it's a bit. One thing about Tunisia, and we've seen in the past and how they play, and they're usually one of the teams you'll see that will reach the latter stages. But a month or 2 ago, it was the Arab Cup, and I'm just watching them. They seem to me to be like a tournament team. Like they know how to be kind of gritty and just kind of score a goal and then just defend, and just be okay with it. And then I don't want to say master the dark arts, but for example, even the Iwobi red card was a bit unfortunate just because I don't think there was any intention or malice towards it. But even like pretending and like kind of getting around the floor. I mean, they knew what they were doing, and they didn't even have the best group stage qualification. Hence why they're even playing against Nigeria.
Yeah.
But they're a team that I could see that maybe can frustrate Nigeria. If anything, Nigeria is one that maybe could have done better and could have done a lot more. Especially given like how well they did in the group stage. Heck, they even beat Egypt. I don't want to say destroy, but I thought easy could have run through them.
Yeah, just to kind of add up on your point, like I feel like you hit you pretty much described like Tunisia, like they're very what you call it, they know how to get what they need out of the tournament, like you said, you know what I mean? Like all they needed was 3 points to get by. That's what they needed at the group stages. That's what they got out of it, right? Whereas if you see Nigeria, they had all 9 points and now like they don't have anything to show for it. Like they were, for me, like the best team in the group stages. But after that's done, like the mentality is like, okay, that doesn't matter anymore. Everything's out the window. Now, what are you about now? And, they scored the goal, red card after that. And then I think like tactically, they outsmart to Nigeria and they know how to maintain a lead, Like they definitely know how to see a result out, like Tunisia. I think that's one thing about them. And for the red, when we were mentioning red cards, like I was just looking down the list, and I just noticed that there was 6 red cards in this round of 16s.
Yeah,
and most of them were caused by the VAR, man. A lot of them like was a second look, and I think it was Okocha that I was listening to, or like the older players, they were commenting saying that most of these fouls would have been a yellow card back in the day, but without VAR.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's something that's kind of affecting the game. You know what I mean? Like without a red card, Nigeria's it's a 1-0. This is very small margins. I feel like whenever it's small margins, the smallest things can affect these things. And VAR, I think, is one of the things that plays a factor now. And that's the reality.
Yeah, for sure. I think that people say this frequently, that if you slow down every tackle or many tackles, like you'll find something wrong with it. So I think that's just what happened with Iwobi. Like he clearly he had touched the ball, like he had tried to control the ball right before stepping on the player's leg. So I think it was harsh, but it is what it is. Nigeria are gonna have to pick themselves up moving forward, and we'll see how far Tunisia can go.
I mean, the only consolation they have, I feel like Nigeria, and even the early stage, the giants that got knocked out early stage, like Algeria and Ghana, which was a big surprise. I feel like right now they're gonna have to prove themselves, like learn from their mistakes and bounce back because they still got the World Cup qualifications coming up. So a bit unfortunate for Ivory Coast because they're not even in the World Cup qualification stage anymore, which is kind of unlucky. They got knocked out by Cameroon. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Nigeria situation is pretty tough.
Yeah, it is kind of, just because it's an iconic team, and just they were in semifinals, I think, the last AFCON as well, and good team to watch. Everyone's familiar with their players and seen them, but it's kind of weird. And
the new coach as well. If you see him, like the new coach, I think kind of like right before the tournament started is when they replaced him. He was an old player. He knew exactly how. You know what I mean? I feel like he had a really interesting like philosophy about, like, I was watching his I think he was on the Coach's Voice, like there's a
I think
YouTube
I've seen that
Coach's
form.
Voice. So I was watching his like interview, and like the way he describes the national team was pretty impressive, and I felt like he also won, I think, coach of the like group stages. You know how they had the group stages awards?
Yeah.
And he's an interim manager, so I hope he does get the full-time job. No, even if they got knocked out, I feel like he really did help in really bringing Nigeria to life, So hopefully he could prove himself in like the qualifications for the World Cup, and we'll see a stronger Nigeria.
Good. I'll just take this opportunity, the victory of one North African team to the victory of another one, Morocco, in their game against Malawi. Oof. Jesus. Where do we begin, boys?
That was an interesting game, man. We started off with a golazo from Malawi.
I think, yeah. I'm tipping that goal of the tournament is done. I think that goal.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to outdo that, huh?
Banger, yeah. Yeah, I think that's another one of the players that I wanted to spotlight. His name is Gabadinho Mango. Mango. He's a Malawian player. He plays for Orlando Pirates. He's been playing there for a few years now.
South Africa.
Yeah. His whole career has been in South Africa. He looks like a bit of a player in it. I think he's
Yeah, man. Shout out to the East African teams, man. Like I like seeing an East African team, make it in this round, because usually I feel like African football is dominated by North and West Africans. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Maybe Central. I mean, because of Cameroon a little bit, and maybe the Congo, but. So I feel like it's always good to see like a team from East Africa. We had Zambia winning it like a few years back, which was great. So it's always like it adds a little bit more to the tournament whenever you see teams that are not used to making it like this far make it.
Yeah. I think that was the last East African team in the tournament, wasn't it?
I think them and Comoros technically.
Yeah, Comoros also.
Yeah, just sure.
Also, RIP East Africa.
They're more of an island, right? Comoros Island.
Yeah, that's
and it's their first, bro. I'm impressed because I guess it's their first AFCON and they made it to the round of 16. So I feel like, and they didn't go down easy, man. Like if we will go into the Comoros game, like they had a red card in the game. They were playing with a defender and their goalkeeper. Like they had all three of their goalkeepers got COVID before the game. And yeah, man, literally, like we were talking about this before the podcast, right? Like how they really had, like they faced adversity, man. And I feel like they got everyone's respect after what happened, And
for sure. I don't think it's a scoreline that you could look down on. They did insane. I think also the free kick that was scored was an absolute banger again. Their captain, I think that scored it.
That was a pretty.
I think he plays like a second tier French league. Mad free kick from him, from Yusuf.
They really showed heart, man. Like I feel like that's one thing that left an impression on me, and like I feel like on a lot of people is Comoros. They really had brought it with them. They had heart in this thing. And I feel like it's a similar story to Gambia, but I feel like Gambia is more. I feel like Gambia is here to compete. You know what I mean? Versus, like I feel like the difference is Gambia, like they're chatty. But they're both. I think it's both their first times competing, and one made it through round of 16, and the other one made it to even quarterfinals. First time competing, like the Scorpions. It's amazing, man. But all this, I feel like shows us like how the every time that one thing that keeps coming to my mind is just the level of competition in the AFCON is unreal. I feel like it's just. It doesn't. It's almost becoming like the Premier League, where, it doesn't matter who you're facing next. Like literally now, you can't assume that a team is gonna win the game. I feel like that's making it more interesting for me. Even moving forward, like you're just waiting to see what's gonna happen, because all our old like predictions and like whatever we had, like our preconceived notions, they're being challenged every game.
Yeah,
and you mentioned a good point where. Again, I think it was Mchangma. Sorry, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but you talk about the diaspora and the people the players. So, for example, maybe 10, 15 years ago, even longer, a lot of players maybe didn't want to represent an African nation for different reasons, such as like the chance to play at a World Cup or the ease of having to travel from Europe to Africa, and I'm talking maybe about European-based players. But now it's changed. There's so much different. I mean, what Comoros has done has been very spectacular. Where it's like they brought players from the second league in France and Belgium, and really brought back and a good recording of players who are overseas and local players as well. And they built a strong team. And there's a reason why they made it to the round of 16. If you want to talk about even players who maybe had a chance to play for other countries, then look no further than Morocco. And we can go back into that game. But I think prior, you guys can remember, there was a bit of a spat between, sorry if I'm blanking on his name, but he's a Barcelona forward. He's young. And he was kind of pressured to he was given the option to play for Spain. He, instead of playing for Morocco.
I don't know if I forget.
It's
I know
like
exactly
Abdul Nazar, something like that. He's a young player.
The name.
Yeah, I'll quickly do. People at home are probably like, his name is this. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get butchered in the comments for this.
His name is this, guys. But yeah, but yeah, I guess the Morocco game. But can we go back to that? Just so we can talk about that real quickly.
Yeah, afterwards the banger, I think Morocco pretty much took the game by the scruff of the neck. Ashraf Hakimi obviously stepped up with the goal in the end. Yusuf El-Nasiri or En-Nasiri, who plays at Sevilla, also had a pretty solid game, trying to get on at the end of a lot of the crosses that they're putting into the box. But yeah, I think Morocco's looking good, to be honest. They pretty much dominated the game. Had 24 shots, 76% possession. I think pretty good pass accuracy as well. So I think Morocco's going to be an interesting team to look out for.
Definitely. They also performed good in the group stages, they were one of the teams that really performed well. I think did they finish top of the group stage, if I'm not mistaken? Top of their group, 7 points.
Yeah,
top
I think
of the group, actually. Yeah, they were in that group with Ghana and Gabon, right? Where Ghana sadly
they took out Ghana.
Yeah, and Comoros also came out that tough group, So yeah, man, definitely Morocco's I feel like one of the favorite teams to look out for. In the next round they're gonna play Egypt. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be one of the bigger games next round for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think whoever wins that game is probably gonna be a finalist, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if Egypt win, I feel like they won against Ivory Coast in the last round, and now winning against Morocco, I feel like that would definitely put them up there in terms of being favorites.
Yeah,
not to discredit them, but I feel like Egypt haven't had the best tournament. I know they beat Ivory Coast, but it was on pens and they didn't score a goal. They lost to Nigeria, who was the other big team, and they didn't even play well in that game. And the other two group games, they did well. They made it. But
I feel like
I think Morocco is the favorites.
Egypt, I feel like, is the same case as Tunisia, to be honest with you. They're getting the best out of the tournament. You know what I mean? But they for me, as Egypt, they're a big dominant force, and I don't think we've seen the dominant Egypt that we all know from past AFCONs. They haven't been. I feel like it was underwhelming by their standards. Any other, they're still making it, but I feel like whenever we talk about an Egypt, a Ghana, Cameroon, all these teams, I feel like we hold them to a different standard, and I feel like by their standards, I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not dominating games. They're winning games, but they're not dominating them as you would think they would. But even the Ivory Coast game, they didn't dominate. I think Ivory Coast was Ivory Coast lost that game because they didn't convert their chances. Yeah, that's what it came down to.
I think it was an interesting game, actually. I don't think Ivory Coast is a team that you could you would be too mad at for not dominating, to be honest. I think they have a lot of star power. They have one of the best players in the world, Nicolas Pepe.
I think he was about to say. I thought he was about to say Haller, man. Like
I was say Eric Bailey. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying Eric Bailey.
Oh man,
Haller is the Afro Rooted son.
yeah,
Unfortunately, he's out of the tournament now. But Nicolas Pepe actually had a very, very solid game. As
he
an
did.
Arsenal
I think
fan,
he
I think he
performed
showed
well
up
in the
this
AFCON.
tournament. Yeah, I think
he had a
2
good
goals.
tournament, definitely.
Yeah, he had 2 goals. I'm not sure if he had any assists, but he was looking lively even against Egypt as well.
I think another player that showed up in the last game, I think, was Zaha, man. Wilfred Zaha, I think.
Yeah,
he had a decent. He came on. I mean, he didn't start the game. He came on later.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was like challenging, and he did what was expected of him, and even I feel like even by the coaching, I feel like he made the right subs at the right time, and I feel like they did everything right, and at the end it just didn't go their way.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Premier League
Ivory
talent,
Coast gave it their all. So
yeah. I wanted to see more of Maxwell Cornet, who's been on fire with Burnley. I really wanted to see more of him in the tournament. I think he's pretty young, so we'll see more of him in the future. But I think he's really he's one of the stars of Africa, honestly, for the future. So,
did he play for Lyon, if I'm not mistaken? I feel like I remember him somewhere in the French league. I don't know if it was Lyon.
Yeah, he just transferred over from Lyon. I think that's the most the weirdest transfer of the season for sure. Like going from Lyon to Burnley, dynamic.
And usually Burnley doesn't have. Burnley usually sticks to like English players, right?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like not just English players, but there's a very specific type of of course they have like Lennon and a couple of other wingers,
I think a person from Czech maybe. And then
you're right. Vidra. Yeah, Vidra's on that.
But other than that, like I remember watching the Burnley Arsenal game. It was all you see the English like all over the place. You know?
Literally like Charlie Barnes. Charlie Barnes?
Ashley Barnes, I think.
Ashley Barnes. Chris Wood is at Newcastle now, but those are the type of players that you expect to see at
at Burnley.
Anyways, it was good to see a bit of him in the round of 16, but we'll see more of Maxwell Cornet for sure in the future.
Definitely.
Cameroon Comoros, I think we talked about it briefly, but good to see the hosts go through. I think it's been since 2009 since we had a host reach the final. So it's gonna be I think Cameroon are I think they're looking okay. I think they have 100% record, no?
So far,
kind of, because like they drew one game, if I'm not mistaken, against Cape Verde in the group stages.
Oh yeah,
but I mean they're undefeated.
Yeah, they haven't lost any games yet, so
no.
They're looking really good. I think
and the usual suspects scored as well, like Abubakar and Kambi.
Yeah.
Abubakar,
we were talking about this before the call, before the chat, but Abubakar, it seems like the top scorer for the tournament is done already. Abubakar.
I feel like at this point he's going for the records. You know what I mean? Like for the AFCON or like all-time scorer record. I'm not sure who holds it, but I feel like Eto'o. I know in the group stage, like Eto'o, it was like he scored 5 goals twice, and then I think it was Benny McCarthy. I think at some point for South Africa scored a bunch of goals as well. I feel like he was up there in terms of the top scoring. One of the top scoring players. But maybe we should look that up and then. But I feel like he's competing for that at this point. Only thing is Cameroon gonna make it to the finals? I mean, I feel like they have a pretty good chance, but their next game is not gonna be easy, man. For me, they're playing Gambia, and Gambia are not here to joke, man. I feel like I'm not gonna take them lightly at all, man.
For sure.
They really, I feel like, they're a very confident team, and they got real good quality, and
and I think they have a star man. I think we were talking about him.
They do have a star man, yeah. And I feel like he's gonna get a lot out of this tournament. A lot of eyes are gonna be on him, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's definitely. I feel like just to say real quick,
he's like 23, right?
Yeah, he's 23. He's in Syria. Plays for like Bologna. I think it's Bologna.
Bologna,
Bologna. Yeah.
And,
sometimes like,
and I think he just transferred there. I think he just transferred there like last summer.
Well, he's about to transfer again, and then soon.
I know. He's looking solid.
Arsenal needs him, man.
Yeah, it looks like Vlahovic is off to Juventus, so yeah.
Calvert-Lewin,
I need someone.
No, Abu Bakr looks pretty good. You could take him. I feel like he'd fit in.
Yeah, he's an old man though.
At Arsenal.
Musab.
He's too old.
He's in. I feel like he's retiring right now. He's in Saudi, getting good money. You know,
he's got
retiring. Yeah. But they can use, I feel like Musa Barrow, man, but definitely.
Yeah, he's looking good. 23-year-old. The goal that he scored. I wanted to mention that. He had a ball drilled into him, and then his first touch, opened up and took him into the box, and then second touch he finished it with his left. I thought that was like
quality.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was brilliant, bro. Like the way he navigated that, he went like literally his first touch took him through the two center backs. Well, honestly, like I think that was underrated. People wouldn't unless they're actually looking for that, they wouldn't notice like how hard that is to do. But yeah, power to him. He also had like mad shots last game. I think he had like 9 shots, something like that. So, he's take a lot of shots. He's definitely quality. So definitely one to watch for this future. But yeah, Gambia is going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting.
The next game I think would be Burkina Faso, Tunisia. I think the winner of that game will also meet either Cameroon or Gambia. Do you guys think? I feel like Burkina Faso maybe they've got a bit of a tournament team. They're not the favorites in this one, but I don't know. They kind of seem a bit equal, or like it'll be again like a tough match.
If you ask me, I feel like personally I would want Burkina Faso to make it through the next round, just because I feel like they've I feel like they put on a better display than Tunisia, but Tunisia again I feel like are very smart tactically, so I feel like it will come down also to who scores first in that game, man. I feel like that's going to be really important, because if Tunisia scores first, I feel like it's going to be they could, they have the sense to they could frustrate teams easily. You might see another red card situation happening, and I feel like if Tunisia scores first, they can hold the lead and see the game out. If Burkina Faso scores first, I feel like we'll see a game. You know what I mean? We'll definitely Tunisia will be forced to kind of come out that the defensive mentality and kind of bring the game to Burkina Faso, which will I feel like give us a better game. So so I feel like a lot will depend on who scores first in terms of how the game is gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. I think Burkina Faso definitely has some attacking talent, and like Bertrand Traore,
and the youngsters, man, the youngsters.
Yeah.
Who was it? Well, another guy was like Kabore, I think, right? That was.
Yeah.
It was him, and then who else? They have Tapsoba again, both Tapsobas.
Yeah, and Ouattara is the guy that I had mentioned earlier with the assist. They have and Bande. They have a few guys.
They do. They have a few guys that can actually, also be, scouted from here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that game's gonna be interesting.
Attacking talent, the other one, Sadio Mane in Senegal when they go up against Equatorial Guinea.
That game is gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, why is that? Tell me why.
I think from the beginning, I feel like I don't know if I mentioned the previous podcast, but I feel like something about Equatorial Guinea is you can't take them lightly, man. Yeah, they're built to upset teams, man. They don't have the star players that you want in a team, but as a team, like they one thing that I will say about Equatorial Guinea is they really play fast-paced football. Like if you saw like one of the best games I feel like I saw this AFCON was Equatorial Guinea versus Ivory Coast in the group stages. Like I literally thought I was watching, like it was super fast paced. I thought I was watching a Champions League game. Like, it was like I feel like the game could have gone either way. And it was just like super fast paced, and I feel like just the way they play like collectively, like I don't know, there's something about Equatorial Guinea that I feel like they could bring the game to Senegal, and like this is gonna be a real test for Senegal. Like I feel this is gonna shake them up a little bit. I feel, and they're gonna have to bring their game. Like they can't just I feel like cruise through the tournament.
Yeah.
It hasn't been too challenging. I mean, that's maybe my analysis, but like
they haven't had a lot of challenge, to be honest. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's been fairly like an easy run for them. Even last game, I think, did they catch a red card or something? Yeah, Cape Verde caught a red card.
Yeah, it was early on.
I mean, yeah, they had a fairly like smooth ride so far because like, I mean, I feel like they could still pick it up now. You know what I mean? Like they were still first, top of their group. And to be fair too, like their group, I feel like was one of the most competitive one. Where it was the only team literally had won a game. Like the scoreboard, like it was they had Zimbabwe in there, Malawi, and Guinea, I think. Yeah, and all of them at least won one game. So it was like the point difference was not like it was the small margins. Like there was only a 2-point difference between first place and fourth place.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really competitive group,
Then I think as we're coming close to wrapping up, I want to ask you guys one last question, for everyone. And I have one, but let's say predictions. So from Gambia, Cameroon to Senegal, Equatorial Guinea, all the games. What do you guys think? We'll start with you, EU.
The fun stuff.
I'm gonna go pretty safe actually with my predictions. I feel like I'm on the spot actually. Going first with Agaazi's idea. First episode, Agaazi's putting everyone on the spot. Terrible.
Yeah. Who's next? Nah.
Great.
All right. So I think Gambia, Cameroon. I think I'm gonna go with Cameroon. Gambia has been looking strong, but I want to see the whole reach the final. So
give me a score prediction as well.
I'm gonna go with 2-1 to Cameroon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I think our boy is gonna have another banger. But I think Cameroon's gonna make it through for sure. Burkina Faso, Tunisia. I'm gonna go solid 1-0 to Burkina Faso. Early goal from Bertrand Traore. Easy. Beats a couple of defenders, runs through the defense, and then finishes it, tucks it in. Egypt, Morocco is a tight one. I think that one's gonna go to like penalties. I think every game that went to extra time went to penalties. I think it's gonna be really tight. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a tight one. So 0-0 and then penalties. Where I don't know. Penalties could go either way. Egypt are probably without their goalkeeper because he got injured last match. So they're starting man. So I'm gonna go with Morocco to win the penalties. And then Senegal, Equatorial Guinea. I think it's gonna be Senegal. I think Senegal are one of the favorites to reach the final for sure. Favorites to win the whole thing actually. So definitely Senegal. Let's say 2-0. I think 2-0.
And you, Kana, what do you think about these? What are your predictions?
You know what? I'm just gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do my exact predictions. I'm just gonna say what I want to happen, if that's fair. No, actually, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna
say. This is your show. Go ahead. This is.
I'm gonna say 1-0 to Gambia.
Okay.
Damn.
They can upset.
I feel like
they're gonna pull a Zambia and go all the way to the finals, man.
That would be insane. That would be like a Leicester type story.
Yeah, it would be like the story, to tell. So I'm gonna say 1-0 Gambia. For Burkina, Tunisia, I'm gonna say it's gonna be 1-1, and Tunisia to win it on a penalty.
Okay. Good shout.
Egypt, Morocco. I'm gonna go. Morocco 1-0. 1-0 for Morocco. And Senegal, Equatorial Guinea, I feel like it's going to be the highest scoring quarterfinals we're going to see. Just because Equatorial Guinea plays a very fast-paced game, and it's going to force Senegal to do damage. So I feel like 3-2 to Senegal. That's my prediction.
Wow, mad. It's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
All right.
So definitely make sure to tune in on Sunday.
3-2. It might be like, might take longer. It might be like a 2-2 extra time, and extra time Senegal scores
possibly,
3-2.
yeah,
Then
for sure.
Sunday like too, that. So I think we've all got time to watch. So
yeah. How about you, Agaazi? What you saying?
Me, I think I'll go quick. I'll just say Cameroon 1-0 to Gambia. Then Tunisia, Burkina Faso. I'm gonna say Burkina Faso, baby. I think maybe they'll take it to penalties and they'll win. They seem to got the nerve. Egypt, Morocco. I think Morocco. I think they can score and kind of get past Egypt. And then Senegal, Equatorial Guinea. I don't know. Ghana's kind of changed my mind a little bit. I was gonna say Senegal, like that, but I don't know. I haven't seen too much of them. So now that you mention it, I don't know. I'll say Senegal, but I don't know. Write in the comments if you think I'm making mistakes.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about the game.
Give us all your predictions.
Yeah, your predictions as well.
Yeah. Down below.
and go follow the IG as well while we're on here, like all the socials.
Yeah.
Especially, I think we've been posting a lot on Instagram. So
yeah, for sure.
Maybe we could do something like a prediction. Like maybe give us like we could do something about like maybe a tournament tree, maybe, and then they could give us their prediction or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll engage you though. Definitely.
Yeah. One more thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Maybe this might turn into an episode of its own. But I had a couple conversations with friends. There was one guy who was on my team in college, who had mentioned as well about the quality of AFCON. A couple of my friends had said that like AFCON really let us down this time around, because there was so much talk about we should put more respect on AFCON's name, and I still believe that we should. But I feel like with all of that conversation leading up to the tournament, like all eyes were on the tournament just to see like if it was worth people's attention, if it was worth sending all of these players, especially like with the European managers and all that. Even we did our episode talking about some of that stuff. So I know, Kana, you've watched probably the most games from the three of us. How do you feel about like the quality of the games? Is like I think there are a few things about like the quality of the pitches that we've seen isn't like the highest standard, and of course like that might be something that we can just work around. But how do you feel about the tournament so far?
Well, I mean, to be honest, like I feel like like you said, like there was a lot of eyes on this tournament, so like, we were expected to. Everything was supposed to be like go perfect. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do that. Like there's a couple of issues that happened. It was, first of all, it's not easy with the COVID-19, and then when we talk about if it's level of games we're talking about, I would say like for me, like it's been competitive, and that's what I look for in an AFCON, and I feel like it was worth sending the players there, and it's also worth the trouble, because we're also finding so many like new gems. I feel like that's the main thing about AFCON. But how it was being managed, like like there was also an incident that happened at the Cameroon Comoros game where like the stampede happened, like rest in peace, the people that sadly lost their lives. These are like small mismanagements that shouldn't have happened, and I know like it gives us a bad name, because these are things that could be avoided. But I feel like these have more to do not just with football wise, but it has more to do from an organizational standpoint. So I feel like that this has always been a issue. I feel like with African football is in terms of organization, and in that aspect, I feel like it kind of we still have a lot of work to do. But is it worth the tournament? Yes, and competition wise, I'm really satisfied with like the level we're receiving. It kind of started slow at first, but then the level of
Yeah.
competition is. I feel like it was definitely like up there for me.
Yeah, one thing I will say about the product, like as a AFCON as a product, like the entertainment is there. Like definitely, like we're seeing a lot of players that we wouldn't know or watch under normal circumstances. We're getting to see them against like the Mo Salahs, the Sadio Manes, the Nicolas Pepes. If he's on the same level
and playing high level football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're seeing bangers. We're seeing beauty KDB passes and all of that. So that's dope. But I did a bit of searching just to see like from a football standpoint, is the quality standard lower? And I'll try to put this on the screen on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
But pretty much what it highlights is how many like 10 plus pass sequences there have been in per game, how many successful passes per game, successful passes in the opposition half, and pass accuracy overall, and then pass accuracy in the opposition half, right? On these five metrics, I compared AFCON 2021, which is this one, Euro 2021, Copa America, and Gold Cup, which is like CONCACAF. Yeah. And it also has AFCON 2019 in there as well, actually, for context. And this one has like it's rated lower on everything, pretty much, against all of Euro, Copa America, and CONCACAF. And it's also rated on some of the metrics, like successful passes in opposition half has been lower. Successful passes overall has been same but still lower. And then like on those metrics, it's been lower than the 2019 AFCON. So
yeah,
what I was going to say real quick is, you said something about the product and how about the AFCON. So those are statistics. Those are stats that I don't even know, or I wasn't presented with. Whenever I'm watching the Euros or even the Copa America, there's always like even a studio. So I'm watching here in the United States, and our broadcaster is BN Sports, and I don't know, they've always kind of been like a bit of a low budget production compared to NBC or ESPN or CBS, right? There's no studio. It's just kind of like the commentators talk for like 5-10 minutes right before the game, and it's just like not the best analysis, and you can tell they don't put as much effort. I can't speak. I don't know how it is for how it is in Ethiopian parts of Africa with Supersport. I know they probably do a better job. But
Supersport, I feel like definitely like they have a channel dedicated for it. You know what I mean? Like all day is what you see AFCON all day, and then they have like shows in between where they literally have people talking about it. So it's like, and you also get commentary from like AFCON experts. Like we were getting JJ Okocha, Asamoah Gyan, and also I forgot some of their names, but they have like old school like Zimbabwean and South African players as well. So you're really getting, I feel like the level of I feel like it's really getting covered within Africa, but maybe not getting like the global I feel like globally might not be as covered, you know what I mean? Because like they're literally, like you're saying, like they're just giving it a smaller budget, whereas the Euros is not only in Europe but it's also covered like all over, it's all over the world, like in America and even in Africa. Like even Supersport does a good job at doing that. So from a global perspective, I feel like it still has a long way to go to become like a globally a global product. But
that's where I
feel like within the continent, I feel like it's given the right like coverage, right coverage.
I'll give you one example where it's like they have two channels where it's like the BN Sports Premium where you pay with your cable, and then another one that's like the free channel. And I think you'd have to go online, or you can use a free channel, because on the premium they're putting on a PSG game, and it's like I forgot which game it was on, but it just seems like it's still on some broadcasters, it's still not the same importance as maybe a European league match. And it wasn't like PSG versus Marseille. It was like a local small game, and they lost out. I think maybe more investment. So if we talk about for the next one in the summertime, 2023 Ivory Coast, the only other tournament that may be happening is Copa America and the Women's World Cup, and that's what AFCON's got to compete with in terms of getting coverage. I think, you know, we talked about like giving it respect. I really wish maybe Sky Sports or the broadcasters here in the US, maybe like, you know, there's money to be made. There's a lot of potential.
I think Sky Sports actually.
I think
the
Sky
first
Sports
year. This year
covered.
they presented it like
they just got. Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah. I don't know how well they covered it. You know, like I don't know how.
I don't have
what their
access here.
looks like,
Yeah,
but
I think it's more UK.
Yeah. In the comments below, let us know how
anybody here from the UK, let us know how it's been. You know.
Yeah.
Be good to know. And sorry, but before we finish, like to even like with the stat, I was thinking about the stats that EU just presented to us.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the way I was kind of looking at it was, you know, definitely when you compare the AFCON to like the Euros and the Copa America, I feel like compared to Gold Cup, I feel like we could like, you know what I mean? I feel like a similar level.
Yeah. Gold Cup is significantly worse than Euro and Copa America for sure. Like stats wise, like the numbers.
And also like the stats, like some of the stats you mentioned, I was thinking about it, and you're saying like they're not completing as much like passes, right, on the opposition side.
Yeah.
So could that also be the fact that, you know what I mean, like that the games are becoming difficult? You know what I mean, like if you're not making as much, completing as many passes, is it because I don't know? I'm just asking myself, like, is it because of the lack of like their attacking, or is it because, you know, they're facing such strong defenses? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of the teams that you see within AFCON are like really, you know, physically, like I feel like it's become more and more physical. You know, like especially West African teams are known, I feel like, to be more physical, and I feel like it's hard to kind of get by people. Whereas, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like the European games are more technical.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. I think there are a lot of factors that could play into this. I think COVID, the quality of the pitches, even like preparation, because this tournament wasn't supposed to be played at this point. And then like there are just so many factors that could have, the humidity. I know that players are struggling with that as well. So
especially I feel like Algeria was complaining about that their first game, I think.
Yeah. So who knows? I'm enjoying it. I just wanted to bring it up, see what you guys.
No, it's a good point. Yeah, I was just like, you know, just unpacking what you're saying and like like kind of question, like asking myself like, why is it? You know, maybe like you said, like I feel like maybe we could maybe in a future podcast, like maybe we could do a little bit more research and dive in, and maybe this could be like a interesting part, you know, topic to cover.
Yeah, and I'd like to speak to a couple more like football watchers who've been watching the tournament and see what they think about it as well. Like, if you guys are like non-Africans, please let us know what you like. You know, how has the tournament been for you, like from an entertainment perspective, even like from a quality, like what do you think of the standard of football that you've been seeing? Or are there any standout players? You know, let us know. Let us know what you think about AFCON so far. Definitely down below, you know, or on our Instagram.
Yep.
Right here.
Run it up.
Yeah.
No, that's great, man. Anything else you guys want to cover, or how do you guys feel about it?
That's about it for me. Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, same for me, and thanks for having me on, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome, Agaazi. First episode.
Welcome, Agaazi, man. Give him a good welcome. Write him something in the comments. You know, give him a warm Afro Rooted welcome.
Yeah. By the way, the guy's name is Abdi Azuli. Sorry about that.
Okay, we found his name. Hey.
I was like, damn.
Agaazi is not allowed in Morocco for the next 2 years.
Sorry.
Yeah, just, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.